wonderful SM1 students. Welcome to your first lesson of the school year. We're going to be going down memory lane this chapter. So hopefully you'll remember things and it will be relatively easy for you. Before we start though, I wanted to let you know about a couple things. First of all, Canvas won't let me put in videos that are longer than 8 minutes. So a whole lesson could be chopped into 2 to 6 different pieces. So just be aware of that, and I'll have them all on Canvas. Also, every once in a while I do an extra credit word. So in the middle of a lesson I might just say, oh, the extra credit word for this lesson is nacho. And what you'll do is you will email me that word. You don't have to send me a long email, just email me the word and I'll give you extra credit, and it helps me to know that you actually are watching the videos. Okay, and then lastly, the worksheets that I gave you for this lesson, if you lose them or you weren't here to get them, I put them on Canvas, and so you can print them off and do them at home. If you don't have a printer, let me know and we'll figure out a way to get those to you. Okay, so I have this timer. It helps me to keep an eye on how long I'm going so I don't go over 8 minutes. And I forgot to set it earlier, so anyway, I'm off to a good start. Okay, so chapter 0, we're going to be going over these things: algebraic and verbal expressions, order of operations, properties of numbers and simplifying expressions, and basics of graphs. And you guys have had all this before. This sounds way more complicated than it really is. So chapter 0.1, algebraic and verbal expressions. Let's jump right in. Okay. So an equation. What is an equation? And also, just so you know, stop this video anytime and write these things in your notes. I'm going to just kind of keep going, but pause it when you need to. Okay, so an equation is a statement formed when an equal sign is placed between two expressions. Okay, for example, 2 plus 3 equals x plus 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2 is an equation. Okay, but what is an expression besides something that you do with your face? Okay, so an expression is a mathematical sentence with a minimum of 2 numbers and or variables. Okay? For example, 2 plus 3, that's this part, is an expression. X plus y is an expression. What it's not is just 2 or just x, because this is a constant and this is a variable. Okay. So a constant is terms with no variable factors. So no x, y's, and z's. So in other words, they're just numbers. 1, 2, 3, 7/5, pi, these are constants. They never change. Okay, a variable is something that does change. And so we have to, it's a letter that is used to represent one or more numbers. So for example, x, y, a, b, q, a, b, c, d, e, f, g, h, I, j, you know. It can be any of those things to show that that variable varies. It can be anything. Okay, so the term of an expression. Okay, like I said, pause if you need to write this stuff down. The term of an expression is the parts that are added in an expression. Okay, for example, in the equation 2 plus 3 equals 3x plus 4y, the terms are 2, 3, 3x, and 4y. Okay, so they're the things that are divided up by the equal sign, the plus signs. I like to think of it like a train. So like this is 2, these are different terms. Okay, and they get connected by plus signs. Here's an equal, maybe it equals -7 or something like that. Okay, you can also think of it like this. See, here's my little choo-choo train. or whatever. Wow, that's kind of pathetic. There's my beautiful art skills. All right, so there are some, oh, we still have more. Okay, coefficient, I thought we were done with vocab. All right, a coefficient, talking about like a co-star or somebody, somebody that you're doing something with. A coefficient is the number that's multiplied by a variable in a term, okay? So, for example, the number is the coefficient part. So 3 and 4, in this equation, the 3 and the 4 are the coefficients. Okay, and this, of course, this is just to help you remember, when they're talking about a sum, you're adding. The difference is subtracting. These are the two, I think, that get people confused. The product is when you're multiplying, and a quotient is when you're dividing. Okay, so let's look at this. Let's look at this example. Identify the coefficients, constants, and variables. And I think I'm going to put this on the next one.